So, yet another week gone. Well, it's more like 10 days, but in the end it's all the same anyway, isn't it? Especially considering that I first need to edit and upload this, and who knows how many weeks that'll take. I've been keeping up with my rhythm. Twice a day, going out, in the morning an hour, in the evening an hour, give or take. I go more by steps, 5,000 roughly each time, so I get this recommended 10,000 number full. And, well, it's been going well. My energy levels are rising, I feel calmer, I sleep better. My knees feel better as well, less crackling sounds, no stinging. Again, that could simply be the dropping weight, who knows. But that's also a good point. It's been more than a week since I last recorded this previous video, but for the last 5-6 days my weight has been stably at 152.5, and this morning it was at 151.9, so I breached into the 152, and it's not even October yet. I had hoped to reach the 150 by the end of the year, and I'm pretty convinced I'll achieve that, probably by the end of October. And that's good. It is good, because I made mistakes in the past, no doubt. I wanted to deny it, but I can't deny it anymore. The thing is, I ran away from those mistakes. My weight is one of those mistakes. And my weight is one of the few mistakes that I can fix now, because it's not too late. I deeply believe that as much as I want a happy end, with the mistakes I've made and still carry with me, I simply don't deserve it. So it's not for the health that I'm trying to lose weight and be more active and fit. It's to earn the happy end I so deeply desire. I don't know if it will work, but is that even the point? So yeah, I have a proper reason for why I want to lose weight. And it's a deeper reason than simply being healthy. But aside from that, this is a shirt I haven't worn in a long time, because it always felt, well, it was too tight and I didn't feel familiar with it. Comfortable with it. And by not wearing it, I simply ran away from the truth. When my weight was at its lowest, it was, let's say, 140 kilos. That's more or less, the number. I should have gotten rid of all my clothes that were too big. I simply should have. But I didn't. And what happened? When I started gaining weight again, the smaller clothes I had been wearing, that were comfortable then, started getting tight. And instead of realizing, oh, this is bad, I need to lose weight again, I simply started wearing other clothes again. Like that orange t-shirt you saw in the last video. That's a big one. It always is big. It never was too small. It never was tight. So instead of facing my problem, I ran away. Until it brought me up to 170 kilograms. I still feel disappointed, You always hear stories about those people that had an amazing weight loss, only for them to go and gain it all back. And I always told myself, that wouldn't happen to me. I'm not so stupid. Well, I am. And it did happen to me. As much as I hate it. But I'm losing it now. Almost 20 kilos since I started. I don't have any footage from the beginning. I probably should have made one, but to be honest, I don't want to remember those days. I don't want to, but I have to. Because if I don't, I run the risk of ending up there again someday, maybe. And I don't want that. I've always known, I've known for the last years that I'm a severe sugar addict. It's my fault, but it's also simply how the modern production of food goes. I mean, they add stuff into everything, so. Despite that, I managed to stay away from sugar for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And slowly, bit by bit, the cravings are coming down. You know, they're not vanishing. I still want sugar. I want to consume all that sweet crap. But I want to not want it more than I want it. So I always manage to think, nah, not worth it. Because it never is worth it. I'm disappointed every single time. So, about 4 weeks without sweets. I think that's also a good part why my weight is dropping so consistently and steadily. Especially without me feeling restrained. I think that was one of the biggest problems back when I did keto. That was when my weight dropped to 140. I don't remember how high it was at the beginning. But I would guess around 160 as well. Years, so many years, so much wasted time. It had been great at the beginning, because my weight dropped and dropped and dropped. And it was good for a time. Until I realized just how restricted I felt. Because keto means no carbs. Very few carbs. So what does that cut out? It cuts out any dough, meaning no pizza, no bread. It cuts out rice, potatoes, pasta. Anything rich in starch, in carbs and starch. And that was so unbearably restrictive that I ended up just eating 3 or 4 different things again and again and again for a year until I started lying to myself again and my weight started going up again. And this time I don't have this restricted feeling. And I'm not fully sure why. Maybe because I don't want it anymore? Or maybe because I don't force myself. I don't know. Either way, no sugar. Sugar is bad. I know what it does to the brain and it's just not good. And although my mental state has gotten a lot better as well, I'm still struggling with, those waves of hope and despair, of purposelessness and, motivation. I don't know if any of this has a proper end, but it's not like I'm losing anything by continuing to try. As long as I push, something will move. And I just hope it's in the right direction. Either way, have faith in yourself. Trust the people around you. You can't do it alone. You're not alone. At some point, you get what you want.